Howdy Banger fans, Blayne Smith reporting from home once again for another episode of Overkill Quarantine Edition. It's Banger's weekly mental review show, but from home because there's a pandemic. Wear a mask. I'm Blayne Smith. You know me, I'm here. I'm also at twitch.tv/metalcomedy or on all social media as Metal Comedy. And hey, you know, Banger, if you want to help out, we do have a Patreon, we do have a store, but you know, there's a lot going on in the world, so also ignore that stuff if things are hard for you. I hope things get better. Cool. What you can do for free is like, subscribe, comment. We love you guys. You're the best. And hey, no surprises this week. We all know what I'm reviewing, so should we just get to some music? Let's get to the music. It's very obvious what I would be reviewing. Yes, that's right, it's the special collaboration record between Bell Witch and Aerial Ruin called Stygian Bough, Volume 1. It's out today, June 26th, on Profound Lore Records. So, weird bio time. Why? Well, this is a collaboration, not a split, so technically this is basically a new entity, while also simultaneously being a work done by doom band Bell Witch and dark acoustic solo project Aerial Ruin smashed together. And to add to the layers of complication, Eric Mogridge, who is Aerial Ruin, has sung on a Bell Witch record in the past, Mirror Reaper. You might remember that from my review, which maybe will appear around me. Why? Because if you hang out with Dylan and Jesse for a couple hours, they rope you into singing on a record. But this is not him singing. This is a full-force collaboration. Both sides have come together. This is turning into a review. It's a bio. We'll stop the bio, onto the review. I feel like releasing this record after Mirror Reaper was a really smart move, because Mirror Reaper had such a magnum opus-y feel to it, and it was received as such by the public in general, that anything you released afterwards, even if it was just as good, would seem slightly duller just by having to follow that. So instead, they released a collaboration record and sidestepped all of that completely. I am on to you cheaters. And this is definitely a collaboration in full effect. I mean, the first sound you hear as soon as you press play on the record isn't, you know, Bell Witch. It's Eric, his acoustic strumming, his clean vocals. So if you hadn't heard Aerial Ruin before, or if you're not on board with that sound, get ready, because it's going to be a curveball, but hey, lucky for me, I really love the way it sounds. I mean, his vocals, I have a similar feel. I mean, they're singular in the same way his are singular, but they really remind me of Paul Walker's in Warning, not by sound, but by kind of the feel I get in here. Did this idiot just screw up the name while reading it off the page? Warning's Patrick Walker, not Paul Walker, R.I.P. God damn. And the kind of drony acoustic diddle he's got going on in Heaven Torn Low could be an acoustic rendition from an Earth song. It drones so well, and really kind of has a meditative quality to it that, you know, hey, goes perfectly with this kind of music. Unfortunately, the last record they released was Mirror Reaper, so I need to talk about Mirror Reaper here. This is not a better record than Mirror Reaper. It wasn't going to be. I set that up off the top. I think we all knew that coming in, because Mirror Reaper was perfect. It was a perfect record, and it's hard to top a perfect record. No matter what your coach told you, you can't give it 120%. You can give it 100. The thing that kind of causes that is, while the difference between the light and the dark is very strong on the record, the bands within the light and the dark is more narrow than the kind of full breadth of Mirror Reaper. So you get a wider range, but a more tighter range within that wide range, so it doesn't feel as quite as impactful. And there is the fact that because this is a full collaboration with seemingly 50-50 almost split between the two sides, this is the least heavy Bell Witch record you're going to get. It's definitely not as heavy as the older days there, and it's certainly not as heavy as Mirror Reaper. So if you're on here for heavy, you're getting less heavy, and that might disappoint you. You really have to be on board with both the Aerial Rune and the Bell Witch sound, because you really get a handful of both. It's a trail mix. You can't separate the two. It's really blended in there. There's nuts, and there's some dried fruits, and some little pieces of chocolate. I'm petering out. So let's get to that conclusion. Hey, I like both sides. I really like both sides. I'm really happy with both sides of this record. Not in the sense that, anyways, I've talked about this whenever I talk about Panopticon. I really like the blending experiments of American folk with metal, and that's on full display here. I think we get that. Panopticon, we get, who Aerial Rune have also collaborated with. We get, black metal and American folk, and then here we have Doom and American folk. So it's a really great addition to the package. And hey, also, wow guys, an hour and 4 minutes? Boy, what a breezy Bell Witch record. Glad to see you finally exercising some restraint. A Bell Witch record I can put on before going to the club. I'm very happy this record is tagged Volume 1 because they collaborated very well, they blended very well, and I think what I did say about the record in the negatives is something that would maybe be blended out, in a Volume 2. But the negatives were small. I mean, a full harmonizing takes a little bit longer. I'm sure the second volume, hey, maybe we'll get Stygian Mirror Reaper Bough Volume 2. But hey, great record all around. Good job all around. 4 out of 5 skulls. 4 out of 5 skulls that are, clapping their ass off. Wait, that's gonna be hard for you. Sorry. That's me talking to the editor. So the review draws to a close, and thus comes another shoutouts. Yes, we all love shoutouts. So a couple of other records to check for that are either coming out or have just come out. Just came out last week. Vile Creature, Glory, Apathy took the helm on Prosthetic Records. Another kind of sludgy doom project out of Hamilton. It's another 2-piece. Really, I think Bell Witch fans and Vile Creature fans are probably not a Venn diagram so much as a circle. So if you like Bell Witch, definitely give them a check out. And hey, if all these slow jams have been putting you to sleep, hey, I've got some Mexican speed for you. Wait, no, I've got some Mexican speed metal for you. I don't want to get in trouble. Thunderslave is releasing Unchain the Night. It's an independent release today as well. Boy, come on, Mexican speed metal, that's really all you should need to hear. You know that it's going to be full of passion and excitement and love for metal. And hey guys, put that album cover on a t-shirt. I'll buy it, I'll wear it, I'll tell everybody to buy it. It's such a good album cover. I don't know, maybe Burning Leather does great shirts. I want a baseball tee of this shirt. Please make that happen. That's been me. Hey, like, subscribe, comment, Patreon, the usual. Be good to each other. Treat everybody with respect and love. Please, and thank you.